Hi there and welcome to Apple World. So it seems to be another name has been added to the steadily developing rundown of big names who have purportedly been tied to D's oddity offs in light of the fact that Jaguar honest name Gabrielle Association and Dwayne swim as a portion of Diddy's claimed Fr3kff. Accomplices Gabrielle and Dwayne have confronted some show previously over Dwayne's disloyalty, as well as all these charges that Dwyane is on the down low and has had different views as indicated by Jaguar Wright. Not just is Dwayne on the DL yet, he has likewise been one of Diddy's BOs and free accomplices. And get this, Jaguar is moreover asserting that the federal authorities have recordings of Dwayne getting twisted around and getting applauded by Diddy, and Jaguar had a ton to say regarding that insane undertaking. Good day, all. We should truly discuss this Gabrielle and Dwayne swim circumstance since there's been a great deal of chat of late about this conceivable separation, and we've all been thinking about what's, as a matter of fact, continuing great lock-in on the grounds that the show is steaming hot word in the roads is that their marriage comes upon a tough situation. What's more, the explanation is that Dwayne could have been supposedly venturing out with other men. Well, Gabrielle was supposedly finished it and burned out on assuming the part of his facial hair, despite the fact that she was purportedly associated with the activity with Diddy and her significant other, who was one of Diddy's asserted sweethearts. Well, presently bits of gossip about Dwayne way undermining Gabrielle are the same old thing since it goes way back to at the point when they began dating one of his various side pieces, Bill the T indeed. Even in those days saying I also have my circumstance with Dwayne, can't lie, he is extraordinary in bed, yet I most certainly wouldn't view him in a serious way the manner Gabrielle does. He rest jumps with and flies honeybees out constantly. They like to carry on like they are Michelle and beat Iraq when in reality things are not what they appear. She proceeded with each time some sort of tattle comes out, they need to make an appearance to show the media how genuine they are. He's engaged with numerous young ladies also. That is most definitely and everybody that arrangements with him knows this. By the same token, Gabrielle knows this and couldn't care less, or she is acting ignorant, which I see as hard to trust as per Jaguar Wright. Dwayne wasn't simply venturing out on Gabrielle with ladies since his antics have additionally elaborated some secret rendezvous with men as well, if you get my meaning. Jaguar Wright's cases are really intriguing on the grounds that there have been murmurs regarding Dwayne living hush and have been drifting around briefly, yet nobody truly offered him that much consideration. I mean, the man was hitched before Gabby, so it sort of lost individuals. Besides, when he and Gabrielle momentarily split, homeboy burned through no time finging a youngster with another person, so people didn't accept the reports about him being gay until Jaguar pulled up with current realities. However, as indicated by Jaguar, those associations with ladies could have been more about keeping up appearances than whatever else, and I'm not saying that he couldn't have cared less about or loved the lady he was engaged with in his own particular manner. However, as per Jaguar, he wasn't actually into them like we thought by Panther. Safeguarding his DL secret was obviously his main concern. It's like he's been carrying on with a twofold life right under our actual noses. Yet that's what's intriguing. Jaguar brought this up in light of the fact that fans have been seeing something pretty intriguing about these two recollections at the point when they separated and he had a separation child on her, years after the fact Gabrielle talked about how harmed she was by his activities, saying it ought to do without saying that we were not in a decent spot at the time that kid was considered, yet we were improving when he at last informed me concerning the pregnancy to let's assume I was crushed is to pick a word on a low shell for comfort. There are individuals outsiders I won't ever meet who have been disturbed that I have not recently discussed that show. I have not had words and, surprisingly, after untold measures of treatment, I don't know I have them now. The interconnecting pieces are beginning to fit together now, and fans are presently coming to an obvious conclusion like a Rubik's Cube since individuals have continuously been side-peering toward how Gabrielle took Dwayne back after the entire Break Child show. However, presently there's another hypothesis drifting around that may very well make sense of it. A few people are saying that Gabrielle at first unloaded Dwayne when she found out that he may be hush yet, then once the child was conceived Dwayne worked his appeal and persuaded her it was each of an unfortunate mix-up, and that he was straight supposedly the following thing we realized. Sister was giving him an additional opportunity at affection we should not neglect about how their quickie marriage occurred just after they reunited. The roads are presently saying that Dwayne was truly Next, just to put a ring on it, previously, Gabrielle could alter her perspective. And there's even talk that the child wasn't as a very remarkable shock as it appeared, with individuals discussing how Dwayne may have planned everything to get her covered, if this is valid. However, it most certainly worked, since Gabrielle took that ring and wound up getting hitched to him. However, this is where things got considerably more dubious. Individuals have seen that Dwayne and Gabrielle keep things truly calm and it comes to Xavier, the notorious break child, since it's as he doesn't even exist to them presently. How about we give Dwayne his blossoms? However, he's an incredible father to his other 3 children, and we've all seen the love and backing he shows Zaya, particularly through her excursion as a trans youngster lady. Well, Dwayne even went no holds barred with his ex in court to ensure Zia could live in her reality. What's more, we will get into this in a tad. However, with regards to Xavier, it's from him and Gabrielle. They disregard him so hard that occasionally fans fail to remember that the kid even exists. And before anybody attempts to come for Dwayne, saying he doesn't show Xavier love on account of some sort of problem with the kid's mother, who is his child mom, let me stop you there. In light of the fact that Dwayne and Xavier's mother were dear companions for quite a while before things got muddled, and they began resting together when he and Gabrielle took a break, in addition to we as a whole realize that Dwayne can't stand his most memorable spouse Siobhan Funches, yet he's as yet an astounding dad to their 2 children. So yet he could do without the mother excuse. Doesn't make sense of why he would disregard child Xavier, yet if Dwayne, truth be told, arranged his child as a component of some vital move to win Gabrielle back to demonstrate he's straight. Wouldn't it make ideal sense to pick a long-lasting companion as the child mother? I mean, it sounds determined, yet it sort of looks at going by all the other things we know about these 2. So like I said, the roads are saying that Gabrielle could have had her questions from the leap, yet Dwayne worked some enchantment with the entire break-child circumstance and persuaded her to give their relationship another go for a while. They were that couple, the perfect examples for dark love in Hollywood. 2 effective force to be reckoned with, superstars frantically infatuated with what could go wrong. Well, it just so happens there was a part that could turn out badly. The web truly began giving them the side-eye at the point when Gabrielle dropped a little tea in a meeting, nonchalantly referencing that they split their bills 50/50. Better believe it, straight down the center. This hand shook, however, in light of the fact that how about we be genuine? That is not the sort of energy you anticipate from a power couple who have serious. However, it's peculiar to say I'm head of family, cuz in this family we split everything 50/50, yet in different families that every one of us need to support it. Puts this, there's dependably this like gorilla on your back, that it is like you better work. You realize you falling asleep in this circumstance truly had fans feel in some kind of way, particularly when you consider Dwayne's a lot higher income looked at to Gabrielle's. I mean, her total assets are great at around $40 million. However, Dwayne's swim is worth more than $170 million, which is multiple times her riches, so it's no big surprise fans were confounded as to why they even had a 50/50 circumstance to begin with. Like, sir, we know that she's not searching for a friendly benefactor, but rather you could cover more than a big part of the tab, yet, right when you believed that it couldn't get any more chaotic. Dwayne discussed a circumstance in an interview that made her relationship appear to be not so much heartfelt, but rather more like a business association. Evidently, this entire 50/50 plan wasn't his thought at all. It was Gabrielle's, nevertheless, the explanation during a warmed contention. Dwayne made a remark that scoured her all some unacceptable kinds of a way, and left her inclination perilous monetarily, so that's what she concluded she needed to part everything down the center we chose together. In light of the fact that I think I said one time we were in Miami, I expressed something about it being my home, that I paid for. Spouse checked out at me. She resembled you won't ever express that to me again when it's something that we ought to. Thus my significant other was like that when we moved to LA. I got half on it. You will at no point ever say my home in the future. Wow, goodness, and you all ability. I said that the fans accepted that he had a child to persuade her that he wasn't gay. Well, it turns out that Gabrielle actually felt a little unsure, since she took incredible measures to bring in certain that her cash wasn't attached to him in any case for the first several years of marriage. In an interview, she said the greatest distinction among this and the last marriage will be a prenup and my demand. When you have your own stuff, you don't have to stress over anybody else's stuff, so everybody ought to go into the relationship. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.